How many drunk drivers never faced charges over the last 2 decades as part of the so-called DWI enterprise? That's an answer we may never know because key players in the scheme admitted they got drivers to pay them off in exchange for not filing charges. Our investigative reporter Ann Perret obtained video from 2 of those unfiled cases. She joins us now. Ann?
In their confessions, 2 police officers and the paralegal they were working with told the feds about those 2 drunk driving cases. We pinpointed the 2 cases that matched based on timeframes, arresting officers, and initials of the drivers mentioned, plus a check of court records to show no charges were filed. And you'll see both cases were so serious, the drivers ended up in the hospital, which actually made it even easier for those cases to drop off the radar. Both of these drivers crashed their vehicles.
He was banged up pretty good. His whole head, he's all bloody and whatnot.
Okay, we got the ambulance out here for you, okay? Get you checked out.
Both were told they were under arrest for driving drunk.
You're under arrest for DWI, okay?
You're placed under arrest for driving.
But neither faced charges, and we're not naming them because according to the feds, the Albuquerque police officers handling their cases got both of these drivers to pay them off.
This person could have killed us. It could have killed someone else.
Pam Roy remembers vividly the night she witnessed one of those drivers smash his car onto I-25.
Oh my goodness, like it was yesterday.
She's the one who called 911 that February night 3 years ago in 2022. Roy described to us what she witnessed, exactly how she described it to the responding officer.
I mean, I didn't see it until he actually came up off that guardrail and flipped over onto the highway on the side. And you can see him nose down and then the car flipped over.
Okay.
I am surprised he is not up.
Pretty lucky.
Oh my God. Yeah.
When Roy left the scene, she assumed the case was in good hands.
Thinking that when you drive away, that all those responders who showed up, all those people who were there, who chose a path of caring for other people, we're going to take care of this person, get them to the hospital, and then see that due diligence down that path.
But we let her know that due diligence never happened. How come? Federal court documents show this driver played a role in a much larger scheme focused on officers and an Albuquerque law firm profiting off of making DWI cases disappear, what the feds have dubbed the DWI enterprise.
Hey man, I'm Officer Montano with APD. I was on the crash site with you.
Now at the hospital, you can see the driver's in a neck brace and his whole body's been roughed up. He can barely talk to Officer Joshua Montano.
I can smell some alcohol, man. How much did you drink tonight?
I'm sorry, I just had a little bit.
A little bit?
Yes.
Montano conducts a few field sobriety tests, which he says help him determine.
I have to place you under arrest for DWI.
But because the driver is in the hospital, it's APD protocol that Montano will send a criminal summons in the mail rather than take him to jail that night. So he gets his information. You can actually see the man's phone number written on Montano's hand.
You're no longer in custody. You may get some paperwork in the mail in a couple weeks.
But instead, Montano admits he gave the driver's contact information to Albuquerque paralegal Ricardo Rick Mendez, who told the feds he contacted the driver and got him to pay in exchange for no charges being filed. To make that happen, Officer Montano says he got a portion of the driver's payment. No summons was sent. If it had been, the police report shows this driver would have been facing a DWI third offense.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Repeat offenders aren't the only ones who got a break with an offer to participate in the scheme.
Okay. All right, we're gonna have the ambulance come check you out. We'll just wait right over here, okay?
Court records show this driver has 0 criminal record, and it would remain that way.
How much you had to drink? 2 drinks.
That's Officer Honorio Alba Jr., who worked alongside Montano in APD's DWI unit.
You have your license with you, man?
We see Alba place the driver's ID in his belt and never see Alba return it to the man. In his admission of guilt to the feds, Alba tells investigators he often handed off licenses to Mendez. So that may have been how Mendez got a hold of this driver to offer the scheme. because both Mendez and Alba admitted to the feds, despite this driver crossing the median into oncoming traffic and crashing his BMW into a pole on Lomas Boulevard, and Alba observing, quote, signs of impairment during the field sobriety tests, which resulted in his arrest, and Alba driving him to the prisoner transport center, where he tells the man he blew a .22 on the breathalyzer test twice. This driver also spent the night in the hospital instead of a jail cell.
I gotta take you to the hospital based on your vehicle having airbag deployments. It's the jail's rules, okay?
And rather than sending a criminal summons for driving drunk, Alba admits he received money from the driver funneled through Mendez to never file charges. I asked the FBI if we will ever know how many drivers avoided charges. Special Agent in Charge Raul Buhanda tells me it's possible the key players don't even know they were just taking as many payments as they could. He added that also makes it difficult to measure the impact the scheme has had in our community.
The things that we don't know, the things that we haven't been able to connect together, for someone that was released and got off the hook, so to speak, because of this scheme and ended up harming someone else, whether it was in a car accident or even taking someone's life. I mean, I don't even want to go there, but I mean, it's a very high possibility.
Albuquerque police tells me the department is looking into cases that were documented like these two we just showed you and didn't have any charges attached. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Ann. And a reminder, federal investigators are asking if you were ever offered this scheme or participated. They want to hear from you. There's a number for the FBI Albuquerque office on our website.